To me that this national ID card is a moneymaker for the U.S. and protects us all.
I reluctantly agree with you. I reluctantly agree with you. I reluctantly agree with you. I reluctantly agree with you.
Reluctantly?
Reluctantly, because the reason it's necessary is we failed to secure our borders. We failed to secure our ports. We failed to enforce our immigration law. But I think that you're right. We have no choice but to go.
We have to do this.
We passed Real ID, as you recall. James Sensenbrenner in the Congress passed the legislation. It became law. It has been resisted. It was the same idea.
Well, the ACLU and these people don't like it. And again, both Dobbs and I are sympathetic to the big brother argument that once you have one of these cards, the government's going to be able to track you easily. And I are sympathetic to the big brother argument that once you have one of these cards, the government's going to be able to track you easily. But it also is going to make it harder for terrorists to get in and have false identities and all of that. It makes it much easier to stop the bad guys.
For the same reason I supported Real ID, I support this. For the same reason I supported Real ID, I support this. For the same reason I supported Real ID, I support this. But I think people have to understand clearly and unequivocally that this is not a substitute for border security nor port security. We still have to survey what is happening with cargo being brought into this country. We still have responsibility for the security of our borders.
Right, but it's getting better down on the southern border. I mean, that fence is working, and partially due to the economy, there are much fewer aliens. But look, here's the big deal on this ID card. The money that would come into the U.S. Treasury would be enormous. But look, here's the big deal on this ID card. The money that would come into the U.S. Treasury would be enormous. But look, here's the big deal on this ID card. The money that would come into the U.S. Treasury would be enormous because you can't dodge taxes anymore. You can't get paid off the books anymore.
What are you talking about?
You know,
all of the open borders advocates, all of the unconditional amnesty advocates say that illegal immigrants are already paying taxes.
You know it's crap. And Medicare fraud, Medicaid fraud, all of that much, much harder when you have a tamper-proof ID card. You can't be going in picking up somebody else's money, somebody who's died 3 years ago, and all that.
On its face, it should stop identity theft. On its face, it should provide security in the workplace. That is, illegal employers would no longer be able to hire.
Yeah, they don't have an excuse.
Immigrants.
And just fine the hell out of them.
But we have one test case here, and that's the U.S. Visit Program, where this very idea was to be brought to bear. The program is still not implemented because they simply don't have the resources to do it.
Okay.
So we're still talking about a 2 to 3 year
Obama's going to meet with these
solution.
guys. I think they should fast track it and get it done this year. Now, let's go to the immigration law, which I don't think is going to happen before the elections in November. It's just too hot. So Obama's he's not going to take on this big hot immigration thing and throw another thing into the hopper. Do you disagree with me on that?
I do. And I
think it's going to be there?
I do, because I talked with Senator Schumer. I've talked with a number of people in Washington on this very issue. There is the basis to resolve the illegal immigration crisis.
But why would Obama want to get that out?
Because he needs to do, Bill, he needs to get something accomplished because Obamacare isn't going to happen. What?
It's going to kill him again.
Well, if he succeeds, it won't kill him. As a matter of fact, that's a win for the country. It's something that can be done in the national interest.
If people agree with it, if it's not seen as an amnesty deal, you know, and you know how controversial this issue is.
Oh, yes, I do. But unconditional amnesty is out.
That's out, right.
Open borders are out. We have to have a solution in the national interest. If all of the parties, all of the factions, the restrictionists, the open borders advocates, can have the maturity and the responsibility to actually, in good faith, sit down and say, we're going to use the C word. We're actually going to compromise. We can get this thing to use the C word. We're actually going to compromise. We can get this thing to use the C word. We're actually going to compromise. We can get this.
Well, they have to go to the back of the line. Both you and I last time you were on. Anybody here illegally has to go to the back. That's going to. The far left's going to scream about that. And then, as soon as you say we are going to legalize people who broke the law, civil law, coming here, the far right's going to scream. You're going to have the screamers.
Wouldn't it be a travesty if this administration went down in history as a hostage to both the left and the right?
I don't know if it's going to be a travesty, but I don't think, and you'll see if Dobbs. Who's right here? I don't think they're going to introduce this until this time next year. I think we'll be having you back this time next year, and we'll be looking at it, but not before that because of the health care craziness.
I'll put it on the calendar for the next 6 weeks.
All right. Lou Dobbs, everybody.